Hi, I hope you guys are doing great. Let's get into the video. So here I have a bowl of water to dip my fingers so that the skin around them can be softened and I can push my cuticles back. And then next I have here with me a nail bath, and this is to kind of create like a textured surface for the nails to better adhere and the glue and everything like that. And then you're also going to need a nail file. You might not need this if your nails are like short enough, or like if you just don't need it for finishing, but I just like to have it for like really fine finishing. The nail glue I have here I purchased separately from the one that came with the nail set, just because the black and pink one that you see is the one that came with the nail set, and I feel like that one doesn't last long enough, and so I like to buy a nail glue separately that I think lasts longer. Then here I have top coat polish for just kind of like that Salon quality finish, because I just don't really like that basic, that factory default look, the painted look. So we just want something like quality. I got this nail set from TJ Maxx. They were under $5 and they like pretty affordable and of a high quality. They don't look cheap or tacky, so I think that's really good. Here I have the nail polish remover because we're going to need it for any excess nail polish, as well as excess glue. It works for excess glue as well, and isopropyl alcohol for disinfecting our tools and our nail beds and anything else as we go. So I have my cotton rounds here for applying our liquids to our fingers and stuff, and then now I'm gonna dip my fingers for about 5 minutes and in the warm water. After that, I'm just gonna dab with a paper towel, and we're just gonna move on to the next step. So I'm applying lotion to my fingers to soften my cuticles so it's easier to push them back. You can use a cuticle remover instead, but I just didn't think that was necessary since I'm not actually removing my cuticles. Here I'm disinfecting my tools with isopropyl alcohol, just like to make sure everything is clean. So I'm just going to flip it over to the side for pushing back cuticles, and I'm just kind of first removing like the dead skins just right around the edges of the nails. Usually you would see those there, but yeah, you can see them when you're looking at your nails, and you can just kind of like scrape them away. The lotion makes it easier. And now I'm just like pushing back the cuticles themselves. I don't think people really need to cut back the cuticles, especially if you're just fixing DIY nails, so you don't really need to be doing all of that stuff. And there I'm just like cleaning with isopropyl to remove the lotion, as well as any extra nail particles that are left behind. And now I'm just buffing to prepare for applying our nails. So I'm just gonna do one after the other, like buff the whole thing, and then afterwards I'm gonna actually end up cleaning everything with isopropyl alcohol, because you want to make sure to clean off the lotion that we applied before. You can skip this step if you did not use lotion, so this is just to make sure that we don't have any lotion left over affecting our glue adhering. And then here I'm just matching the nail sizes, make sure I have the right sizes. These nails were actually labeled with like numbers, so that means that if I picked out one for each nail or each finger, then I didn't have to go through the whole process again. I just looked for the numbers and then just kind of picked out the second one for my other hand. Here I'm just filing, because the nail kind of had like a squarish part to like the place that fits in my fingers, so I had to just kind of file the squarish part off so that it was more rounded and fit better on my nail bed. So that's kind of what I was doing. And then now I'm just applying maybe a drop to your nail bed and like a drop to the nail itself, and just apply to your fingers properly as well as you can. Make sure it fits well, make sure it's straight, and make sure you just like kind of press it on for a couple of seconds and then wait for it to stick. And then once it sticks, you can move forward to the next one. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to the next ones and just go with the flow. So when I moved on to the next one, I noticed that this one had more of a squarish end, or like I guess my finger here was even rounder, and so I actually had to cut. Here you have to be really careful, because sometimes cutting a little bit too much can like affect the shape or like the curve of the nail itself. So make sure you just don't cut off too much, and just kind of cut off a little if you need to. And then I just like filed to make it rounded before applying to my finger. So I really wanted to include that part so that you could know that like you can actually do stuff like that if you need to, and don't think that, oh, you just can't use the nail because it's too squarish or it's a little too wide. So yeah, just repeat the same thing up until the end, and we got this. So I pretty much did the whole thing, and now I finished that hand, and then I think I just went on to the next one, and here we have it, you know, looking pretty. You can see there we have a lot of excess glue. You know, sometimes you just kind of need a little bit to adjust to like how much glue you need to add. So like for the first ones, like kind of had a lot of excess glue there. So here the nail polish remover actually helps to remove excess glue. Perfect. So yeah, I just wiped that off, and you can see it looks so much better. And now I'm just gonna file off the little dots on the end of the nails. So some nails don't have that, but usually they have it because that's kind of like how they attach to like the package or whatever. So yeah, you just file that off. Or if you just need to shorten your nails, you file it, whatever, make it smoother, make it look better, finer finishing. So yeah, and usually I file it with like my other finger on each finger, just so that there's not a lot of pressure on the nail since it's still drying. So I just kind of like make sure it's sturdy. Here, this step for me is like very important when it comes to fixing my DIY nails, because it gives it a really fine finishing and makes it look professional. The only time I skip this step of the you know, the transparent, the top coat, is when it's like a matte finishing that I really want to keep, or if it's got like stones, you know, studs on the nails and you don't want to mess with that. But otherwise, I like to put this top coat because it really changes the look from 0 to 100. So I think that's a really good tip. You can already see that glow that the nail has. It makes it look quality. It doesn't look like you just put on those tacky fake nails and you're just like done. So this kind of just helps it. So yeah, pretty much. So that's it, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I really hope that it'll be helpful for you all. It was kind of hard doing this because like I find it difficult like actually doing voiceovers. It takes me so long to finish my voiceovers because it's just not, I don't know, it's just hard to keep going on and on. But anyways, that's it. Yes, look at the nails are popping. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.